All right, guys, we're back here at Westpac Training Center. Mark Baker, thank you again. This is creating the hybrid bowler part 3. First, we're gonna work on our one-handed game. So Mark, I've been having an issue. I know I had an injury, but it's kind of healed now, so I kind of want to work on it. I noticed when I'm watching myself, sometimes I get here and then my arm is just far away from my body. Now, is it that because my arm leans to the right, or is it something physical that I can do to get my arm in a better spot?
Usually when the ball gets away from your ankle, you've over-rotated your shoulders too much.
Okay.
So the breastplate and your shoulder are a certain distance. So when you get here and you rotate this way, as you can see, if your breastplate faces down lane,
yes,
the swing will come in. If you get here and I turn this way, this kicks this out. That's just how your body's built. So I'll have to watch out from the back, see what everybody's doing, because your swing is in a slot. If your body stays quiet, the swing will drop in the slot. If you start moving your upper body around, the swing tends to bump outside the slot, and I see that a lot.
Okay.
People trying to hit it too hard with their shoulder.
Makes sense.
You.
Me.
Higher rev rate, my friend, higher rev rate. I want to hook it more. All right, here we go. Now you're probably too far left. But see, now your breastplate is aiming at the tape down lane. You haven't rotated your upper body. So that makes the ball by your ankle. Now you're bowling on the fresh. My house shot's 42 feet, 27 mils, about 5.5 to 6 to 1. I don't have much of a house shot, so there's no free hook. So you'd have to move right and square up your angles on the fresh house.
Pardon the interruption, but if you guys subscribe, we will be doing a giveaway at 10,000 followers, and we will be giving away a signed bowling ball by the 2024 Masters champion, D-Ron Booker. So hit that subscribe button. Back to the video.
Square that up.
Moved right on that one.
See, right now it's not that far from your ankle. You got to control your head a little bit better. Your head's here, you want to keep your head quiet, that distance from your knee to your chin. When you let that head drop right, like that, trying to hit it, your hand will go to the outside. If you look at the ball path, that one rolled way more. It definitely got to where my tape is down lane, and it made the right move.
So when my head moves to the right like that,
that also causes your hand to go out.
That also causes it. And the best way to correct that is to just try to keep my head at a level playing field.
There's a certain distance between your head and your knee at your timing spot. And if the best example of all time would be Earl Anthony. His head never moved. So his release was never the greatest release, but it was by far the most consistent. So when you keep your head and your chin the same distance all the time, that really is what creates a flat spot. So that distance makes your hand bottom out.
Okay.
So if you're here and your head drops, your hand will go the outside. If you're here and your head goes up, your hand will come up top to the right and you'll miss right down lane with nothing on it.
So I got to find that level in between.
Where you can keep your head and that chin distance the same every time. On my video, I call that moving the air forward. The best example would be Chris Prather on the Pro Bowlers Tour. He's unbelievably amazing at keeping his head and his knee. And the other best example, maybe even better, would be Anthony Simonson from the two-handed side. Their ability to keep that distance from their chin and their knee the same all the time gives them very, very big flat spots. So you'll notice both of those guys have the ability to really throw it dead straight or hook the whole lane. There is a reason why.
That felt better.
Yeah, your elbow was in, right? It went down a little bit, but it kind of went down after the ball's off your hand. See that distance right there? So you're here to here. So your head stayed up much harder.
It didn't collapse to the right as much.
So your hand stayed behind it more, you got your ball to roll end over end on the back better. And that went right through the tape. And then when your head stays up, it allows you to fall through better. So what happens is when people's head go down, remember there's two things at play, how your body functions throwing a bowling ball. So if my head goes down at release, I literally can't fall through. If my head stays up, I can finish my swing. Because remember, you gotta get that forearm to tell the ball where to go, and your hand just tells it how much shape to have on the back. This part doesn't control the accuracy, this part does, so you have to be able to finish your forward swing to get the ball online, and that gets it to make that shape on the back everybody wants. So that's when your head comes up out of it. You got to get a little outside of it, so you can see your axis. It never turned down. It was still, like I said, it's fresh oil, and then your axis was still up, and it got to the spot, and it kept going.
Yeah.
So that ball slowed down when it got to Santa Ana.
So yeah, so my head was like, it felt more up. I didn't get down into it, right?
Head came up, so that tilt stayed there, and it just didn't slow down. It wasn't offline. It's always about getting that ball to read in that right spot. And that's consistency of release. That's why when I say if you can control your head, you can control your hand. Now we're going to the new ball, the AI.
Yeah. So I got to move even more right.
So you got to have even less rotation, more end over end. There you go. That was really good. I don't charge enough. That was as good a shot I've ever seen you throw.
That was
You
great.
might want to retire. Wow, is that good, dude? Move right. So look at your hand at the bottom. Your hand gets a little to the outside, but watch, you don't over-rotate it there. That finger, that pointer finger comes up through your face. Now look at the distance between your chin and your knee again. It stays up. Now watch the ball path. That ball's rolling forward, so even though you got that right, you can't get it to go through the pins any better than that. And that's the whole premise of it. There's your 8-9. Whew. That's the first time I've seen that ball in person. That looks like a winner.
Yeah. This ball is a winner.
The balls either go through the pins the right way or they don't. A little bit in. That's a little bit, that was quick. That was when the push away gets quick. That was timing.
Yeah.
That was timing. You miss left. Invariably for you, it's your swing gets quick early. Your timing's early, so you come over the top at the bottom.
And that's why I lost my leverage.
Correct. Timing was early. That's a whole different ball of wax, what we're talking about there. That's an early weight transfer onto your left leg instead of your right leg. So then your shoulder goes forward, and the ball, then the axis stands up really quick, and the ball's a little bit in the front, but it's way in the back. Just all forward roll.
I just missed right.
That's why nobody likes my house shot. I have no free hook. You miss right at the tape, you're missing the head thing. But it's a training center, you shouldn't get any free strikes.
Yeah. Yeah, I definitely missed right.
I would say your number one thing is sometimes you just get quick with your swing. And your swing gets a little quick, you tend to run after it, right.
Now, that's what one thing I've been working on is the timing of when, you know, the timing of the push away.
Sometimes you get in trouble, like it's all push away and you chase after it.
Yeah. Thank you for watching. If you guys want to learn more about Mark Baker, you can head on to markbakerbowling.com. He does virtual lessons, and he's also got a new video, The Game's Changed. You can go onto his website and check that out. If you want to come here and get an in-person lesson, he's got all the tools. You saw that he's got Specto, he's got Strike Seeker, so you can see every shot from multiple angles, exactly what you're doing wrong. So check out Mark Baker, hit him up, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.